Moving on to the next question. As the current executive secretary of Nigeria Evangelical Missions Association, Nigeria, what what does your work currently entail?
The Nigeria Evangelical Missions Association is a fellowship and a network of mission organizations involved in actually the Great Commission. And our key passion is, of course, reaching the unreached peoples in Nigeria and across the globe. Now, one of the things we have been pursuing most recently in NEMA is the issue of Vision 5015, where we're trying to mobilize 50,000 Great Commissioners in order to support 15,000 missionaries to reach out to 34 uh, countries within northern Nigeria, the Sahel, North Africa, Middle East, Jerusalem neighborhoods. A total of about 34 countries we're targeting. So this is one of our core mission of trying to reach out in addition to the task of supporting mission agencies in order to be effective in what they are doing. So our core mandate, of course, is to ensure that the capacity of mission agencies are enhanced and that we provide a forum and a platform in which mission agencies and churches can have opportunity to share learning, exchange ideas in order to reach out to unreached people's group. Now, Vision 5015 Plus provides an opportunity for us to do this in such a way that we can engage mission agencies and churches to reach out to these 34 countries within this scope I mentioned in order to get all of the unreached people's group attended to. That's our desire and that's our goal. In Nigeria, we have been able to reduce the number of unreached people's group to as low as 18 currently. And in 1989, 1970, and actually 1997, thereabout, there were over 70 unreached people's group. But with NEMA and with our strategy of ensuring that every unreached group in Nigeria is reached, we're able to reduce that number to just about 43 now. 18 is the highest in the Northeast, in Bauchi State, which has the 18 as the highest unreached groups. But in total for Nigeria, it's about 43. And we are working on, and actually we are reducing that gradually. Almost every year we have one mission agency engaging an unreached people's group in Nigeria. So that is the scope of focus of what we want to do to reduce all of these unreached groups and ensure that they are engaged with all of our mission agencies. And remember, NEMA is a network of about 160, 150, 50 something mission agencies. And so we have enough mission agencies that will be able to reach out and engage the remaining 43. It's just the need for commitment, the need for people to agencies and churches to actually put forth resources in order to be able to reach these groups as it should be. So that's the effort we're putting in, and that is our desire to ensure that the whole of Nigeria will have no unreached people's group. That's the focus, because we can mobilize all of the mission agencies around us to be able to pick up all of these groups that are not yet reached. And it's doable, and I think we can do it with the commitment and the desire to do that which God has called us in terms of the Great Commission.
Thank you, sir. Most of what you have said, covers the Nigerian perspective. Even though I know that Vision 5015 has a global uh, dimension to it. Now, in terms of specific outcomes, not only Nigeria now, what can you tell us as the things that will serve as indicators that, we are making progress in terms of this vision? Just some specific outcomes that you will see on a global scale now.
Okay, now on the global scale, one of the things NEMA has been able to do is the perspective for Christian movement is one of the things we're pushing and pursuing in terms of promoting the mobilization of unreached people's group through what we're doing. And we have been able to champion the African Missions Association, AFMA, at the moment. The current chair of AFMA is a Nigerian and is a member of NEMA. He actually is the founding member. NEMA has been able to catalyze the formation of uh, mission associations in Africa. For instance, in Ghana, we have been able to get the Ghana Mission Association with our support established. In Malawi now has established a mission association, and we have also targeted Botswana, our own. They are actually working to set up a mission association. We have supported through AFMA. Kenya has also set up a mission association. There had been other associations, but not a missions association. And also in Uganda, there are opportunities, and they've actually started mission association. In all of these places, they are also running perspectives. And Nigeria was the first country to launch perspective outside of USA. And we still remain the strongest in Africa in terms of delivery of perspective classes and perspective training. So these are opportunities. Recently, we're in Ethiopia to launch and start an African network of perspective practitioners. We call them Anglo-African Regional Perspective Forum. Now, it's a forum that we have, we're one of those that are supported in getting the forum established. And actually, I chaired the committee that developed the strategy for the establishment of the Anglo-African Regional Perspective Forum. We've gotten that done, and very soon it's going to be launched when all member agencies agree to the document that have been put forth. So Nigeria has been quite, if you like, the agency other African countries are looking up to in order to be able to develop uh, their strategy for engaging unreached people's groups in their countries and across the world. And one of the things we're also hoping to do is the issue of engaging diaspora. Uh, we are serving as a channel through which diaspora practitioners could engage missionaries from Nigeria to other African countries. So these are some of the outcome we've been able to achieve in terms of, and we have been able to send, by the way, about 4,000 missionaries through our members, NEMA member agencies now. We have raised 15,000 missionaries through the agencies that are serving across Nigeria and in the world. But globally, there are more in Nigeria, about 8,000, I think, in Nigeria are serving. And then you have about 4,000 to 6,000 that are serving globally. Most of these member agencies of NEMA, and we use that to serve as a basis to encourage other agencies to see what they can do in terms of mobilizing people for missions across the globe.
Now, that's quite a huge task, sir. And I'm aware that for you to make significant progress, just like you have mentioned, there has to be partnerships and networks established. And in establishing partnerships and networks, people operate from different contexts. How has been your experience in terms of working together. Different contexts they're operating from. They have different ideas of what they want to do. So, how have you been able to manage all of this so that you can work successfully to accomplish the vision you're talking about?
It's been challenging managing partnership and networks. Like you rightly pointed out, everybody comes with his own vision, values,
Mm,
and the way things are done. But one of the things we all agree to is that the Great Commission cannot be contested.
mm,
We all agree that we are called out by Christ. We are called out to achieve the Great Commission, whichever way we do it. So our network comprises of people with different strategy of achieving the Great Commission. There are people that are using whatever they are doing, probably education. Others are more into co-evangelism. Others are more into ensuring that they reach those that are less privileged. Others are using the idea of saying, look, there is leads even in the urban cities for us to be reached. So we try to pull people together and agree on a common front. Once you agree that you have one goal and one vision, then people are able to put aside their differences and work towards achieving the issue of achieving a great commission. It's not easy working with a network, but what we do is actually to tie network members to be committed to helping the network serve them better. How do we serve them? We serve them through the different conferences and consultations we hold. And these consultations help networks to refocus on how they can reach out to unreached people's groups. For instance, we've had the launching of Vision 5015 this year, and we have had in the past have conferences and consultations on KKEG. Now, KKEG are tribes and groups that are in the Kogi region, in the Middle Belt region. We had that in Lokoja. And through that, for instance, we were able to target a number of groups that require intervention through language translation. Now, language translation provided a forum through which agencies can reach some of these groups that could never have been reached. As I speak today, a lot of these groups are now engaged with missionaries working to engage them through Bible translation. So Bible translation has been one of the rallying point for us in order to make mission agency understand that there are many ways you can reach our reach groups. We had in the Northwest some groups that we have been working with in oral Bible stories where it was difficult to reach those groups. But we have proved to agencies that if you go through Bible translation, not you'll be able to reach those groups and actually make an impact in terms of getting people coming to know Christ. So essentially, is to ensure that you have leadership that are committed to the core values of NEMA. And once we are committed to the core values of ensuring that we have a common goal and everybody should sign up to that and pay as members dues are meet annually to ensure that leaderships are elected from the zones. We have a zonal structure where after 3 years, leadership is changed. And we have consistently kept to that. Even at the national structure, we have consistently kept to the fact that leaders will change after 3 years. And so everybody sees that the network is transparent in its structure, is transparent in operations, and therefore everybody is given a level ground to operate and perform as they see best. Uh, we wouldn't say there are no conflicts. People try to protect their domain. People try to say we do this better than the others. People even try to block access to resources that others would otherwise also benefit. But we make sure that we provide NEMA as a platform that any resource that comes through us, every member agency that is active have access to it. And people have seen us do this. And so we're able to maintain some kind of understanding. We're able to maintain the fact that people realize, well, actually working as a network benefits us more because you have people coming in through NEMA and access information, also ask questions, who does what where. We don't send missionaries as labor to the field, but it is those agencies that are in the field that we use and we provide information through them.
Thank you for joining us in today's episode of VerityTalks. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. See you again on the next episode of VerityTalks. Thank you and God bless.